Okay, so we're delivering these packets to the distribution center to get them back online on the chiral web. But if I'm not mistaken here, look at this. I think there are people over there. Can you see them? Resins? Like, what is that? There are obviously people. And like, our health bar is permanently visible. Why is that? Oh shit.
Heads up, Sam. Your cargo's been pinged. Move. Now, before someone has eyes on you. Get to your destination ASAP if you don't want to get caught.
Okay. Wait, what? Yeah, look at this. The entire area is orange. Mule postbox. Online sign mules. Caution. BTs. Shelter from timefall. Time for a rest. What? I think we were too zoomed out earlier to see those. Oh. Wait, they're actually coming towards us though. What? Look at that. Can they cross the river? Oh shit. Footwear almost ruined? Can we change them? Oh yes we can. Cool, cool, cool. Dude, these guys are crazy. What? Just run. I really hate it so much that when we look around, we also turn with a character. Oh.
Gave you trouble, huh? Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
Oh, cool. Wait, so where are we going now? Okay, so we have to cross, right? We have to cross. Online sign go up. So it looks like there are no signs here. Like, why would we go this way? I feel like we just like remove all the markers and then just do like go here, here, and then just like go, right? Oh wait, this is a building, it's not a mountain or something. We're very lightweight though. We're not even swinging left to right here. It's so easy to control. Push yourself too hard and your maximum stamina level will drop. Resting outdoors will restore it a little, but make a full recovery. Oh shit. What the hell? To make a full recovery, you need to take a rest in a private room. Cargo weight will take more of a toll. Okay. So like, we have to rest, but how do we do that? I guess we can drink a bit. Cool. I mean, we're almost there, right? So close. We can't collect those yet. We need a special device. Container damaged resins. Wait, what was that? Did we lose cargo here? Weren't the resins already damaged? I mean, that's fine, right? 81%. That's okay. As long as the cargo itself doesn't get damaged, we're fine. Okay, this could be tricky though now. This could be tricky. And we're moving so slow as well. Crowd stand. So the BB is pointing towards that way. So I guess we go this way. I don't see anything though. Hold breath. There is an orange slider as well for the BB at the bottom left. And it's going down. More resins. What is that?
Something wrong, Sam?
I don't know. Kid doesn't look so hot.
Nothing to worry about.
Wait, what?
Its functions are temporarily suspended, but they can be restored. I can perform the necessary maintenance at a distribution center. Hurry, though.
Okay. BB suffering from autotoxemia? Wait, there's a bike there. Do you see that?
When the strain on your BB exceeds sustainable levels, it triggers the production of harmful compounds, and the body, in essence, begins to attack itself. It's called Autotoxemia. If your BB's not performing to spec, drop by your private room and see if the incubator helps.
Yeah, he's like gone. Benjamin Hancock. Oh my god, can we get this? Please? Not yet, it seems.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked. Decontaminating suit. Rest is advised.
Yeah, we definitely have to rest. Okay, so deliver everything. Yep. Skip that.
Way station folks told me all about you. Sam Bridges, with the second expedition, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guy expanding the chiral network on his lonesome, when he's not out making deliveries. So what'd you bring us? Let's see it.
I have the Cupid.
Talk about above and beyond. Thanks. Must have had to pass through BT territory to get here too, didn't you? They weren't joking when they said you were a legend.
Give me a good rating. Okay. Yep. There you go. Level 1. Level 2. Ooh, almost level 3. Almost. Level 18. Ooh, nice. Okay. Looking good.
Okay, it's time. Do you mind connecting us to the network?
Let's do it. Chiral network coverage.
Sam, as always, thanks for bringing more folks into the UCA.
So, UCA membership and increased facility functionality. As more facilities join the UCA, Bridges HQ will be able to provide additional functionality to those facilities, such as the ability to fabricate equipment and weapons via the delivery terminal. The range of available weapons and equipment may increase, and new terminal functions and information may be added as things progress. New inventory data acquired: mules and drone syndrome, bridge babies and timefall. Oh, is this like entries in the codex? New features have been added to your cufflinks. Mail data, a new option has been added to delivery terminals. Recycle. Ooh. Okay. This area is now connected to the chiral network, enabling you to see and access other players' structures.
Looks like we're on the chiral network. And with those materials you brought for our chiral printer, we can produce supplies for you here as needed. Think of it as our way of returning the favor. Now head west and keep on doing what you do.
Good. The distro center is on the network.
Sam, do me a favor. Take your BB to a private room and connect it to the incubator.
Yep. I'm on it. So the bike that is outside is this guy's, Benjamin Hancock. Okay, recycle cargo to produce new materials. How do we do that? Resins? Like this one? I don't think we give that to anyone. I don't think it has a destination or something. It's just materials, right? Maybe we can just like recycle it? I'm not sure if that's actually good to do, but I don't know. Then I guess we can do these as well. They're almost destroyed anyway. We won't use them. I guess we'll keep the ladders, obviously. Yeah. Okay. Just a generic animation. New materials are now available at distribution center west of capital Knot City. Okay. So we can't take any orders yet. We have to go to the private room first. Yeah, let's do that. Take care of the BB. Apparently it's suffering from autotoxemia.
Dead man, you there? Little help?
Okay, Sam. Remove the pod and connect it to that incubator.
It's in.
Good. A temporary excessive stress. Easily addressed if we return it to its mother's womb.
What?
Mother?
Located in the capital Knot City ICU. Brain dead, of course.
You mean still mother?
Correct. A steel mother's womb facilitates a connection between the world of the dead and the BB. And you,
Wait,
in turn,
what?
connect yourself to a BB, granting you the ability to sense BTs.
Oh.
These pods were designed to simulate the conditions inside a still mother's womb. BBs need to believe they're in one at all times to function properly. However, we can only maintain this deception for so long, which is why we must periodically update the environmental data by synchronizing it with a still mother via the chiral network. There. The update is in progress. Right now, the pod is synchronizing with the steel mother in capital Knot City and reconfiguring its settings based on the latest data.
That's wild. And so creative.
Returning your BB to the womb in this manner will temporarily reduce its stress levels. That being where it technically belongs, of course.
Kid looks happy.
I'll try adjusting the oxytocin dosage. Autotoxemia should set in much slower from now on. You should remember that BBs are just equipment. Try not to get attached. Each one has been physically removed from its steel mother's womb. A process that renders them unpredictable and prone to failure.
How is that
BB
okay, though?
record has remained in service for over a year. It may need to be retired before this expedition is over.
And then? You saying there's no way to keep my BB alive?
You must understand, there is still a great deal we don't know about BBs. As we expand the chiral network and recover more past data, perhaps we'll find our answers. Oh, right. You asked me to look into why the BTs might be reacting to your blood. I spoke with Hartman. We should have your results soon. Anyway, get some rest. You and your BB are both exhausted. Good night, Sam.
So wait, he said still mother, right? So the woman we're seeing with Mads Mikkelsen in the dreams or whatever could be the still mother. So maybe he is the father of the BB. That's interesting.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Sam?
Amelie?
Can you see me?
How are things over there?
Still not under guard. Still not chained up. Still can't leave. But if you can keep making connections, if you can get to me, we can go back east, back home. Thank you. I mean that. It's bad. There are fewer and fewer people in the cities these days. No one's having children anymore. But humans aren't made for living alone. They're supposed to come together, to help one another. And if we as a people can't do that, if we can't reconnect, then, well, it's like Bridget said, extinction.
Come on. Rebuilding America isn't gonna get rid of the BTs. As long as they're still around, there's no escaping it.
But at least we'll have hope.
No touchy-touchy.
I'll be waiting, Sam. Waiting for you. Come and find me.
That bracelet is so weird.
Hello, Sam. This is Hartman. Since you're awake, it might behoove you to freshen up. To that end, why not take a shower? It's good for the body and soul, and also my research as it happens.
Right. Yeah, we'll do that in a second. Ha! What did he do there? Let me get some energy drinks, right? We have to increase our stamina really quick. I guess we can do one animation. It is kind of funny. Even the sounds are like so good. Okay. So check on BB really quick. Soothe BB. Is he okay now?
You okay?
Ha! We woke him up or something. BB looks happy. There you go. Okay. I guess let's use the toilet really quick before we take a shower. Maybe sitting? I don't know. I think we tried standing. Jesus. Where are you going, Sam? We have to take a shower as well. Wash all the blood. Drink a bunch of energy drinks and then take a shower to calm down.
Sam, this is Hartman. Deadman relayed your request to me, and I oversee BT research. I'll be taking a sample of your shower water in order to study the effects your bodily fluids might have on a BT.
You study other people with dooms?
Everyone in Bridges, myself and Mama. Results thus far are inconclusive. But you possess other singular qualities, being a repatriate as well. I must confess to a measure of optimism.
Processing fluids. Waste products. Drilling. Dispensing.
There. Take the sample with you. Should the opportunity arise, try using it on a BT. I'm curious to see how they react.
Using my bodily fluids on a
Who knows?
BT.
It may even prove beneficial to you. There was an old research paper detailing the effects of bodily fluids from individuals like us on BTs. It is only by recovering these materials that we can unearth the knowledge of the past. Not just the Death Stranding, but also the mystery of your body's unique properties and even our doom's affliction. There may well be hope for humanity. Sam, I have no interest in rebuilding America. I want to recover the past.
5,
Oh, it's almost time.
2, 1.
After you make your connections and nothing happens, then what? I said, then what?
So they make it sound like we were more advanced in the past as a civilization.
Sam, sorry to bother you while you're taking a break, but I figured you'd want to hear this. Hell, maybe it'll help you rest easier. We received a number of messages addressed to you. I've not taken a look myself, but I gather they're mostly from your clients. You should see if they contain any useful information. Mail can be accessed via your cufflinks, as well as the terminal in your private room. There's something else I'd like to share with you. With the Cairo network, we now have the power to reclaim our past. Data once thought lost forever from every corner of America can be pieced back together from fragmented records. Our archives are still a work in progress, of course. But as we expand the network and integrate more way stations and cities, we'll be able to recover more and more information, such as the previous expedition's logs and reports. Everything they sent back was lost when Central Knot City was destroyed. Now we've managed to restore some already, in fact. You can access them from a private room terminal or your cufflinks by selecting Archives. Might make for interesting reading.
Yeah, I do kinda wanna read a bit. By the way, we also learned that Mama and Hartman both have dooms. Is that it? Activate terminals. So we're not the only one around here. So mail from Benjamin Hancock and George Baton. What are these? So he is from the way station west of Capital Knot City. Sam, the man, our savior. Things are looking up here at the way station. Everything feels better somehow. We were all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when we set ourselves up, but 3 years of isolation and loneliness will change anyone's tune. Hell, when we first got here, we were putting up signs for porters and whatnot, but after a while some guys were or got too scared to even set foot outside. When Central went up, I told myself this was it, America is done. Everyone was feeling it too, and the mood was just bleak. And then you waltzed on in. I know what you're thinking. At first, I thought it was just the oxytocin too, but that's not it. Not all of it, anyhow. You gave us the glimmer of hope we needed by bringing us into the chiral network. We're back in the game now. Been thinking of putting up signs again even. Watchtowers too. Before long we'll be opening up new delivery routes, mark my words. It's still scary out there though. All the oxy in the world won't help us deal with the mules, let alone BTs. We shit ourselves every time we catch sight of one and end up dropping half our equipment. Honestly, a part of me is still a little worried that we won't be able to keep it up. Sad face. And that's why we need you, Sam. Oops. You're not scared of anything, right? So go show us how it's done. Okay. Sorry, Sam, bad news. This is from Benjamin Hancock, the guy here. Thanks for delivering those rare metals, Sam. Everyone at the distro center really appreciates you coming through for us. I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you though. That bike you saw outside, its battery is dead. Oh, of course it is. You'll have to find some juice if you want to use it. Only need to do it once though. Auto charger should kick in after. Sorry if we got your hopes up, and I've got some more bad news for you too. You see, different facilities have to work together sharing materials so everyone gets what they need, and to make sure that everyone or everything that's produced gets put to proper use. That's why guys like you are so important. Without porters, the whole system falls apart. Whole world even. Anyway, there's this guy, George Baton, over at the way station. He used to be a reliable porter, but lately it's like pulling teeth getting him to make even the simplest delivery. Keeps bitching about being scared of not having enough oxy or whatever. Always some excuse. Even when he does agree to make a run, he's liable to lose half of his load en route. So yeah, that's why we're a bit short on materials at the moment. I'm sure you'll help us put that to rights. We're counting on you, Sam. Okay, so everyone is counting on us. Cool. And then we have some new entries here, right? Let me see. Interviews. Oh, look at this. Mules and the drone syndrome. Bridge babies. This could be really interesting. So we have like 6 entries here, right? So I think we'll do 3 now and 3 later, maybe? So Mules and the drone syndrome. This is from Die Hardman, 2 years ago, Bridges HQ. Bridges' primary objective is to rebuild America, and in order to rebuild, one of our main tasks is to reconnect cities and other settlements by re-establishing a delivery network. Back before the Death Stranding, the comms and delivery networks were what held society together. The whole thing was automated, AI managed, deliveries carried out by drone. The belief was that taking people out of the equation would revolutionize the entire system, but things didn't quite pan out that way. Instead, we started seeing cases of what would eventually be dubbed drone syndrome. It was too much for some folks to accept, leaving everything to machines and nothing for the common man. And indeed, the oxytocin deficiency and hormonal imbalances we confirmed seemed to back up that assessment. Humanity needed to be part of the process, so laws were put in place and we stepped back into the picture again. And then what happened? All the people put out of work by machines who got called up again convinced themselves society couldn't survive without them. All the people put out of work by machines who got called up again convinced themselves society couldn't survive without them. And that brought on a whole new disorder, delivery dependent syndrome they called it. When the Death Stranding tore us apart, the delivery problem spiraled even further. It wasn't helped any by the fact that chiral clouds prevented planes and drones from flying, which meant we had to go back to relying completely on human couriers, whether we liked it or not. Eventually, delivering goods became all Sam lived for. They were obsessed, addicted, consumed by the desire to deliver. Over time, they turned into the mules we know and love today. Wait, that's funny. So, bridge babies. This is from Deadman. Look, I'm kind of new here at Bridges, so I don't know if any of this will be useful to you. Still, I'm happy to talk about babies, if that's what you want. They call me Deadman on account of my familiarity with the dead, get it? Yeah, I mean, he said he was a coroner, right? We've always been on good terms, you see. Used to have regular little chats back when I worked in the morgue. Anyway, that's also the reason I work on baby maintenance and research, to learn more about those who are no longer with us. But I digress. Fact is, babies were already being issued to our forces in the field before I joined Bridges. What's more, research into the little guys have already been conducted long ago, but no one took the plunge and put what they discovered to practical use. Still, what that did mean is that when Bridges wanted to build our own babies, most of the work has already been done for us. We just needed to follow the instruction manual, so to speak. Which isn't to say that we have any idea how they work, not how they can detect BTs or how they can connect this world to the other side. We still have much to learn about our little friends, but one thing is certain, their continued study will lead us to a greater understanding of the Stranding, and of life and death itself. That much I can assure you. Well, I think that's about all I have to tell you today. Hopefully I'll have something new to share next time we chew the fat. See you around, I guess. And then we can learn about timefall. Egyptian mummies and pyramids, the corals of the seam. This is from Hartman, the guy that likes our poop. This is also from Hartman. Okay, let's go with Timefall, and we'll read the other three later on. Timefall was first recorded when the Death Stranding occurred, and despite all the years that have passed since then, we are no closer to understanding how or why it accelerates the passage of time for the objects and organisms it touches, or why it immediately turns to ordinary water having done so. Some researchers have gone as far as to posit this process as stealing time. As for why timefall is observed only in certain places, all that we know for certain is that it's somehow affected by local chiral concentrations. This is merely a hunch, but something in me suspects that the Death Stranding may have warped our perception of the passage of time. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, you understand? We humans can conceive of our own deaths and even the possibility of a place beyond death, yes? We have the capacity to conceptualize the future, an evolutionary advantage which aided our development as a species. Well, what if Timefall has given us a new supercharged version of this essential ability, one that will take us to the next stage of our evolution? Perhaps we wouldn't need to hold ourselves up in the node cities. Perhaps in time the Death Stranding will come to be seen as the phenomenon that saved our species. Exciting thoughts, I'm sure you'll agree. I, for one, can't wait to set out on our journey. Who knows what awaits us? So, okay. Have we learned anything special here? I mean, they don't seem to know a lot about bridge babies. Mules are just people that are obsessed with delivering things, apparently. And then Timefall, I mean, not much here, right? Apparently it turns to water after it accelerates the passage of time for anything. Okay. We'll do the rest a bit later, next time we're here.
Sam, we've received a distress call from the distro center staff. Check the order on the delivery terminal as soon as you're ready.
Okay, but to do that we have to leave the private room, right?
Isn't what we agreed on. You said you'd do everything in your power to save BB.
We are. But we cannot release your son just yet. Believe me when I tell you it's for the best.
Says the woman in the mask who's done nothing but lie to me.
In a mask? Wait, was that Bridget?
Sam, there's something I forgot to tell you. It's about managing your BB stress levels and reducing the risk of autotoxemic attacks. There are a few things you can do if your BB starts showing signs of distress.
Such as?
Such as take a moment to look after it. Cradle the pod, gently rock it, that sort of thing. Out of curiosity, how's it doing at the moment?
Before I answer that,
Something wrong?
when I hook up my BB, I see things.
What kind of things?
Like a face, someone I don't know, calling to me. There's this room, too, with other people talking, but I can't make out the words.
Bleed-through effect. Didn't I warn you about this? You're mistaking the BB's memories for your own. They're false flashbacks, nothing more. Let me explain. A BB is harvested from its steel mother at around 28 weeks and placed in a pod. To be clear, this is before it's even born. The procedure halts its development. But even at 28 weeks, its sensory systems have matured enough to process external stimuli. It is more than capable of encoding this information into memories, which can bleed into yours via your connection.
So who's the man I saw?
Someone from the medical team, maybe? Or a BB technician, does it matter? The BB has been in circulation for a while now. It's been handled by a lot of people. How should I know which one made an impression?
'Cause you're the expert.
No one's an expert, Sam. BBs were developed decades ago in secret. They're your quintessential black boxes. We may use them, but we don't truly understand them. Believe me, I've been trying to learn more, but almost all of the old records are gone. If I find anything out, I'll tell you, all right? Dead man's honor.
I mean, this is kinda weird though, because we know the guy we're seeing, Mads Mikkelsen, right? We know he's a captain. Someone called him a captain. And then he was talking with someone higher up, probably, right? At the last vision. If we tell them this information, maybe they can say who he is.
While you're resting, I ran some network diagnostics. Beryllium monitoring and holographic systems are nominal. Unfortunately, our printer is offline. I know, after all the trouble you went through to bring us those materials. This one's on us. We ordered a part a while back, but it never arrived. The printer needs it to communicate with the chiral network. Mules must have snatched it, caught that porter en route or something. If I'm right, they'll have taken it to their drop site, which is smack dab in the middle of their territory.
Of course.
Don't suppose you'd be up for stealing us our property back? Can't think of anyone more qualified than you.
I mean... Why do I have to deal with that? I'm a delivery man, but I can also fight now? Collection chiral crystals. Wait, so... Maybe we do this and they give us the tool to actually collect them? What is this? Oh, can we like take both maybe? Or what? Yeah, okay. Chiral printer interface. Cargo condition less than 50% damage. Crystals required minimum 1 chiral gram?
Mama's added a watchtower schematic to your PCC. If you don't have it on you, consider fabricating one. You never know when you'll need to recon an area.
Okay, so I can make a watchtower. Wait, so they're giving us like 3 PCCs? Really? Okay. I guess just auto-arrange it for now. Yeah, that's fine.
That thing you're holding is a crystal collector. Now, as the name suggests, it provides secure storage for any crystals you gather.
Okay, cool.
Allow me to describe your quarry. Chiral crystals appear gold to the naked eye and are frequently found in formations resembling human handprints. Surrounding rocks and debris tend to float a few feet above the ground. And they are most commonly found in areas with high precipitation. Got all that? Rain, floating rocks, golden handprints. That's your trifecta. Look for these 3 things and you'll find the crystals. If you've been especially observant, then perhaps you already know where to look.
I mean, I've seen them, but do I remember where they are? Not really.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Get a like from BB? Wait, what? What the hell? There are so many signs. Okay, so where do we want to go here? So we have no markers. Let me remove these actually. Wait, can I? There. So this is a post box. Ladders. There must be a way to locate the crystals, right?
Sam, chiral crystals are pretty small and can be difficult to spot with the naked eye. I advise you to use your ultra deck to point you in the right direction. If you want to survey a wider area, though, you might consider building a watchtower and relying on its sensors.
I don't think that's necessary, right? You can just go over there and grab some. Oh yeah, look at this. There are so many here. But this is also where BTs are, right? No? Pretty sure. Yep. Oh, wait. It says we have enough? Let me get some more, actually. Let me get some more. We can scan for chiral crystals by pressing Q. A watchtower can scan over a wider area. Yeah, that's fine. 49. We need 60 or what? Oh, okay, I see. What is the other one? Do we have to go all the way there?
I think you were afraid.
Okay, there you go. So we have enough now. Yeah, I mean, we just go back, right? Just go back. Deliver them, and then we can do the other order. Hopefully we can get the bike soon. What are these?
Good morning, Sam.
You prayed for dry weather, the sign? Linus sweat tips? Okay.
Okay, just a bit further now.
Oh man, I can't wait for this bike. Oh man, I can't wait for the bike. That's gonna be so good.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID.
Sam, chiral crystal deliveries are a little different from usual. The process is pretty simple though. Access the delivery terminal to drop off any chiral crystals you're carrying.
How is that different from before? Like what? Oh. Wait, what? Huh? Claim materials? Wait, what? What is this? Resins? Wait, what did he say there? Did I miss it? Chiral crystals can be recycled at the terminal by using the delivery terminal recycle? Oh. Wait, we recycle them? Wait, really? Oh, we can only do 100. Right. Huh. So what did that do for me?
Got some chiral crystals for us? These crystals only form in places with elevated chiralium levels, which makes me wonder if expanding the network had something to do with it. Damn, son. That is a lot of crystals. Maintenance and R&D will both get their fill, looks like.
Container repair spray. Recycle chiral crystals for the first time. So we have new entries. Chiral symmetry and chiralium. That's gonna be good to read. Chiral crystals can now be used at all UCA affiliated facilities. The amount of materials that can be used, okay, has increased. New option has been added to delivery terminals. Claim materials.
Excess chiral crystals can be deposited at any facility. They'll be added to the stores held on site. These local stores include materials that you can draw upon to fabricate equipment as needed.
Gotcha. Okay, so I guess we can just like recycle them here, right? Acquire your first piece of customization data. Bridges Guard Macho. To use this data, gain access to a level 2 or higher structure and select customized structure. Some of these facilities' bandwidth has been shared with some. More structures can now be built within the chiral network area. Connection level increased. The amount of materials some can use has been increased. Right. 25. Let's go. You have been awarded the title of Skilled Handler. Continue to strive for greater recognition. You have achieved delivery volume grade 10. You can now carry more cargo. Oh god. I don't think that's good, necessarily.
Oh, before I forget. This is for you.
That's container repair spray for patching up cargo containers.
Oh.
Good for dealing with timefall degradation and all that. Useful stuff if you and your cargo have been through the ringer. We've added it to your supplies list, so it's readily available if and when you need it.
Okay, okay. So do I have to actually pick that up? I mean, I guess. It's only 1 kilogram each, so that's okay, I guess. Confirm.
There is a correlation between elevated chiralium levels and increased crystal formation. This may well be the result of the network's expansion. You Needn't worry though, local chiral density is still within an acceptable range. If you find any more, be sure to collect it. You'll be well rewarded.
If you come into more chiral crystals, you can submit them at one of our facilities. And you can deposit other resources too, along with any items you don't need. Everything has its value. What we don't use as is can be broken down into components for R&D and other applications.
Right. Okay, so I kind of want to take a break here, but before we do that, let me go to the private room really quick.
Your work is greatly
and read the rest of the stuff. Just so we are all caught up and learn as much as we can about the world. Oh, what is this? Cutscene or time passed while you were sleeping? I think we can skip that, right? But let's see.
Good morning, Sam.
Okay, I think we can just like go for it here. So let me see. We have new stuff. Oh yeah, look at this. So chiralium. This is from Hartman. You would like to know more about chiralium? Well, wouldn't we all? I'm happy to present the latest theories, but you must be aware that this is all that they are, theories. Chiralium, like dark matter, was born along with our universe and has existed ever since, just not in a dimension we were able to perceive, until now. It is the bits that gives us access to that dimension, and with it knowledge of chiralium's existence. Not just knowledge of it, of course, we have since observed it coalescing into crystalline form and recorded measurable physical and mental effects on individuals exposed to it. It has reshaped our understanding of reality and proven instrumental in the formulation of the multiverse theory of bitches. Okay. Chiral matter is not affected by the passage of time. As far as these particles are concerned, none has elapsed since the Big Bang. Little wonder they escaped our notice for so long, until MULE and BT first came together in a void out and left nothing but chiralium in their wake. Many of these claims are yet to be verified, but I believe that this is a fair summary of the scientific community's current consensus of the matter, no pun intended. I shall soon be heading west with the first expedition, and I look forward to learning more about chiralium and its connections to the beach along the way. So wait, Hartman was with the first expedition? Didn't they say that the first expedition got completely wiped out by the... what were they called? Homo demons or something? In Edge Knot City? So, chiral symmetry. The word chiral comes from the Greek chair, meaning hand? Wait, what? I am Greek. This means nothing in Greek. Hand in Greek is hairy, not care. What? Compare your left with your right. They seem similar in both size and shapes, yes? Now face your palms away from you and place one hand over the other. Their shapes do not overlap exactly, but place your palms together and voila, a match. It is as if one hand is the mirror image of the other, but again, if you were to actually compare the mirror image of your hand to itself, we would see that the two are not identical. This is the essence of chirality, the state in which the mirror image of a shape does not match the original. It has been theorized that BTs are mirror images of ourselves. Were we to exist in the same point in time and space, our shapes, as it were, would not overlap neatly onto one another, save in reflection. And when our particles meet their opposites, a void out occurs. Okay, so this is like a matter and antimatter thing, right? If they touch, they create a massive explosion. So I guess that's also why when a BT eats a human being, a void out happens. Because a BT is antimatter and humans are like matter. So the new form of communication we have devised utilizes beaches, which are akin to mirrors reflecting this world and the other, hence the term chiral network. So there's not one beach, there are many. Okay, that's interesting. Cryptobiotes. We call these bugs cryptobiotes. They were recorded in reference books and databases back before the Death Stranding, but nobody ever thought to give them a proper classification, so cryptobiotes they stayed. They're named for the process of cryptobiosis, which means hidden life. When environmental conditions get too harsh or resources too scarce, cryptobiotes can shut down their metabolic processes and enter an almost death-like state in order to survive. Tardigrades and sleeping chironomids are capable of this too, but cryptobiotes are on a whole other level. They can survive anything and anywhere, even on the beach or in the seam. And they aren't capable of prolonging only their own lives. Humans who eat them acquire a limited resistance to timefall too. You won't find them lying around just anywhere though. You need to know where to look. Not many people even know they existed until recently, so next to no research has been done, but now that their beneficial properties have been recognized, I'm willing to bet they will play an important role in helping us to understand the beach, the Death Stranding, and everything else. And then we have these two over here, the corals of the seam. This is from Hartman, 3 years ago. Life began in the oceans, and as it evolved, it graduated to the land. At least this is what was believed until recently. To creatures of the sea, the land is a harsh and unforgiving place. Given this, what could possibly have compelled these organisms to make such a drastic transition? Consider that fossils of the first fish to adapt themselves to the land have been found in regions with unusually large tidal range. Could it be that these creatures developed legs in order to more swiftly return to the safety of the sea when stranded? Could their evolutionary leap have been triggered by this traumatic experience? If so, could similar circumstances have shaped the evolution of the coral-like organisms that inhabit the seam and driven them to develop an ability to live between life and death, between time and timelessness? Coral is, after all, older than any organism of the land, and hardly enough to have weathered the mass extinction of 540 million years ago. And it is a life form upon which many other organisms rely for survival. Bearing all this in mind, one could argue that the ability to survive in the seam is indicative of a profound evolutionary leap. But this doesn't really tell us what the seam is. We know we can come back from the seam, because we're a repatriate or something, if we guide our soul back to the body. So like, is the seam an in-between place between the land of the living and dead? Egyptian mummies, pyramids, etc. from Hartman 3 years ago. At what point can it be said that man truly understood what it meant to die? It would seem reasonable to suggest that it was when he began to bury his dead, a practice which originated with the Neanderthals. In a way, one might say that our growing understanding of death drove our development as a species, our fear of it, our attempts to conquer it. Why, it could be argued our entire history revolves around these obsessions. Take the Great Pyramids of Egypt or the tombs of the ancient emperors of China. The more powerful the person, the bigger and grander their final resting place. Or, to posit a more radical theory, could the very concepts of power and society themselves have emerged solely to facilitate the creation of such monuments, such challenges to the finality of death? Either way, in leaving behind something they hoped might endure through the ages, the builders of these edifices believed that they too might live on forever. The mummies of the Egyptians are another means by which man sought to fulfill this desire to escape the finality of death. They were created that the spiritual self, the Ka, would have a physical vessel, or Ha, to which it could return. Ka-Ha. The Shoku Shinbuchu, or mummified monks of Buddhism, are similar in this respect. However, the monks in question aim to transition straight from life to Buddhahood, in other words, to forgo death altogether. But now that the beach has brought us into direct contact with the world beyond, our relationship with death must further evolve. The next stage in our understanding is upon us. Okay, so we learned a lot of stuff here. That's really cool. Really cool. But yeah, guys, we'll take a break here, and when we come back, we're gonna go find this chiral printer interface from the MULE postbox. So we'll see you soon. Bye for now.